Well, if they ain't doubling down, they are tripling down. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another Game Vault video. As always, I'm Captain Beefy with the Game Vault, and we're going to talk a little bit more about Dragon Age today and how stupid it is and what a big failure this piece of crap is going to be. So let's cue up the music and we'll get right to it. Alright, so Dragon Age the Veilguard from That Park Place, and we will, as always, link to the article down below. Creative director declares all companions are canonically pansexual. Well, I'm glad I know that, because that really makes it easy for me to, not order the game. Not that I was ever going to play this piece of crap anyway. I mean, look at this character design. It's awful. It's very Fortnite-y. Very, very Fortnite-y. I do not like this design, this art direction and all that. It doesn't feel like I looked back at Dragon Age Origins and it had a grittier, more, dare I say, normal look to it, Is this the future of video games? I mean, it's funny because for years growing up in the world of video games, I watched as companies strove for more and more realistic looking games, characters that looked better and better, and until it got to where we hit the uncanny valley, where they looked so good but not quite good enough to be real that it was creepy. The eyes, they never got the eyes perfect, or the hair, but they got really close a lot of times, and sometimes they almost nailed it. But now it seems like we're regressing and going to this cartoony look here, which is weird. But well, let's get into the article. Dragon Age the Veilguard creative director John Epler confirmed that the companions in the game are pansexual. Epler informed Game Rant there's a difference between player sexual and pansexual. All companions are canonically pansexual. First off, why is this even a subject that they're talking about for the video game? A video game is a form of entertainment. It's a game. You play it, you have fun, you move on to the next one. If you're using it to live out sexual fantasies, then you think you're playing video games in the wrong way. Now, again, I've seen it advertised, like when Stellar Blade came out, everybody's like, oh, you guys are upset about the costumes because you just want to jerk off to it and blah, blah, blah. There's porn and those girls are naked, yada, yada. Well, there's my answer to you guys. You said it yourselves. If you want to get your rocks off, go watch some porn, okay? And have some fun with that and enjoy yourself, and just keep this garbage out of video games. It really doesn't belong there. I used to laugh at the romance options, and I thought they were funny, and sometimes some games, you're like, oh, I'm going to try and bang every girl I can in this game, just for the fun of it, whatever. But once they started throwing in all these weird alternatives and stuff like that, like, if you even look at character creation and how it's changed, right? Something like Baldur's Gate, you can make some real abominations there. The fact that you now have a body type 1 and 2 or A and B instead of male and female, right there, that's a warning. When I see that, I'm like, oh boy, here we go. And then you can match up a different voice with the body type. So you can say, I want body type 1, which is the man, but I want voice 4, which is the female. And then you can customize further. You can give that man female genitals, or whatever. It's just really weird, and it's unnecessary. It's an unnecessary level of creation and immersion, and it's silly, and it just feeds these weirdos that have no life, and this is probably their only way of expressing themselves sexually, is in a video game, unfortunately, because they can't interact with real people. They're either too shy, or they're too loathsome, or they're full of self-loathing. They don't trust themselves. I don't know what the issue is, but whatever. But let's look at the definition of pansexual. It's an adjective. It's a group which is open to members of all sexual orientations or gender identities, including straight, gay, lesbian, bisexual, transsexual, or transvestite. As a noun, it's a person who is sexually interested in other people, regardless of gender, including males, females, yada, yada, yada. Gender benders, hermaphrodites, intersexuals, and androgynous people, and those with sex chromosome anomalies such as Klinefelter syndrome or Turner syndrome. Wow. Okay. And noun, it's a person who's a member of a pansexual group or a person who associates with people of all sexual orientations, but is not necessarily interested in sex with people of all sexes or genders, though they may be comfortable with public displays of affection or semi-public sexual activity, which is not confined to their own sexual orientation. Someone who perceives all activities and experiences sexual, one who believes all consensual activities are ethical, one who believes that all human behavior stems from the sex drive, and an adjective at the end here pertaining to a person, group, or idea fitting the above descriptions, of course. So right after John Epler put that comment out, he locked his account on X. I love this, man. This is the funniest thing you ever see. These clowns, and let's look at this. Like, first off, gay as hell. Look at that face. You can tell a queer when you see him, and this guy is a total queer. But anyways, the creative director on there, Goblin. Yeah, he likes gobbling on these nuts. Stalker, enjoyer, whatever that means. He, him. Because the obvious, even though he's queer, he's obviously a guy. But, let's put that in there just so, As soon as I see this in a profile, I automatically assume that person is a lunatic and whatever they say is not worthwhile at all. So if you've got pronouns in your profile and you choose to put them there, maybe you ought to take them out, because I'm not alone. Not for me, but I'm not alone in how that's seen. That is seen as weird. Okay, that is seen as weird, and people that do this are seen as fringe, kind of lunatic-y, kind of like if I was in charge of hiring for a company, and say what you will, if I saw this on an application, I would instantly throw it in the garbage. I wouldn't even consider hiring that person, because to me this is a red flag that this person is going to be trouble down the road. They're going to be causing trouble, fussing about somebody, bitching about somebody, whatever, because somebody didn't use the right pronouns, or they're going to change their pronouns, or whatever. This just comes with a lot of baggage. So yeah, John Epler, take that out of there, huh? Settler, probably because he's white and settled the United States. He's obviously a settler. He came over on the Mayflower himself. Jack off. And ADHD. Oh, I love when they put their mental disorders in here too. It's just, this guy is the epitome of what I hate about gaming. Okay? This guy is the bottom of the barrel. Okay? The bottom of the barrel. A creative director. Pronouns. Hates white people. Mentally ill. Fuck off, John Epler. But Epler's comments come amid Dragon Age, the Veilguard's game director, a man who claims to be a woman and uses the name Corinne Bush. This is kind of ironic. Informing IGN that the characters were pansexual. IGN's Alex Steadman detailed Bush insists that they're all specifically pansexual, and that might come through in what you learn about their backstories. Bush then explained the past experiences or partners will reference them, and indeed who they'll become romantic with. For instance, we saw Harding. I might be playing a straight male character flirting with her, but I choose not to pursue romance. She may, we read all this kind of stuff. I think it was yesterday. It's so silly though, and of course we're an M-rated game. We do have nudity, so they got pornography in there too. That's what the article said yesterday. Whether or not it's pornography, I guess that really depends on your definition of it. It's definitely got nudity in it. Nudity isn't necessarily pornography. And, there could be full frontal nudity. That's not necessarily pornography. Could be softcore, could be hardcore, could be just very suggestive. I don't know. And I honestly don't care. I'm never going to play the game, so whatever. These guys can do all they want, But thank God, though. I mean, really, I'm so happy for Mr. Bush, because as a queer trans woman, he has a perspective on the games that not everyone has. Dragon Age is a place where LGBTQ folks can see themselves represented respectfully. And we've heard this crap before. We've heard this crap many, many times. Dragon Age, the Veilguard, BioWare's gameplay trailer currently has 124,000 dislikes to just 73,000. I'm assuming that's likes. And the dislikes is a typo there. We'll have to look at it. We'll have to look ourselves. The game's official reveal trailer fares even worse. It currently only has 41,000 likes and 237,000 dislikes. Wow. So what do you guys think of this? I mean, Pansexual confirming that it's canon and all that. I just think it's silly, stupid, and they're just trying to, sometimes I wonder if these idiots just do this shit to get advertising for their game, right? To get everybody riled up, because bad press is still press, right? People are talking about it. I'm talking about it. A lot of people are talking about it on YouTube. A lot of people are talking about it on X. Everywhere, they're talking about this stupid game and what a piece of shit it's going to be and how stupid it's going to be, but they're still talking about it. And in some regards, that kind of thing works. Like, I remember when Hogwarts Legacy was on the table, I was not interested in that game, pre-ordering it or anything else. Like, whatever, it's a Harry Potter game. I was too old for Harry Potter when it came out. I didn't grow up with it like a lot of gamers did. I understand the love of Harry Potter, because if I was the right age when that came out, I'd have been running around with my wand in my hand and... Well, that didn't sound right. But anyway, I'd have been running around, pretending I was, casting spells like, what is it, Umbigity and, whatever. Definitely, me and my friends would have been doing that kind of stuff and having a good old time with it. But alas, I was too old. I didn't grow up with that. So I grew up with Star Wars, which got crapped on in a whole different way, but we'll talk about that another time. So, but the whole pushback against the game by the trans community and all these weird journalists, or so-called journalists, activists, I guess you could call them, the way they were hating on the game, and they hate on J.K. Rowling because, she speaks the truth about women are women and men are men, and you can't just decide to be a woman one day. It doesn't work that way. And they all get mad and call that transphobic when it's just the truth. It's just the truth. That's like calling somebody fatphobic when they say, hey, being morbidly obese is unhealthy for you. That's not being fatphobic. That's being honest, and that's speaking a truth. And these people, they can't handle it, and it's so gross, and it's so disgusting. Whatever. It made me interested in the game. I bought the damn game. I pre-ordered it, and I said, you know what? I'm going to pre-order the game, and I'm going to pre-order the deluxe package because fuck those people. So this might happen in the opposite way, where people that normally wouldn't play Dragon Age, but they're allies and all that, they'll pick up the game and just, I'll buy a copy. Maybe I will play it. Maybe I won't. Whatever. I don't know. I don't care. But I guarantee you, even if it does well, which it won't, but whatever numbers it has, or they're going to drop off, like, it's going to be like a sheer cliff. It's going to be horrible. Horrible for this game. Same thing kind of happened with Stellar Blade this year. I saw all the people fussing about Stellar Blade and how Eve's character design was, and she was sexualizing women, and women don't really look like that, and yada yada. I'm like, you know what? Click pre-order. I'm going to play some Stellar Blade because I'm just going to piss off the right people. I will do that to piss off the right people. How about you? Anyway, go ahead, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this foolishness, this pansexuality in the game, and do you think that gaming should really get rid of romance overall? I think it'd be funny if they did. These companies stop doing that, because then where would all these jerk-offs go? They, oh no, what do I have to do? It's like, I can't jerk off to having sex with a goblin. Freaking freaks of nature. Anyway, leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Ring that bell for notifications. I'll see you guys next time. Until then, peace.